Have you ever set a boundary and walked away feeling guilty about it? Here's the thing, that may not be guilt. Guilt has a clear fix. You did something wrong, you make it right, you move on. If you can't figure out what you actually owe, that's not guilt. That's shame. And shame is very different than guilt. Guilt tells you when you've done something wrong. There's a clear consequence, and you may need to pay some kind of restitution. So let's say, for example, you drive 75 in a 55 and you get pulled over. Well, you might be guilty. Who you are as a person doesn't matter. You broke the law and you'll probably get a fine. You can own that, take care of it, and move on. That's guilt. And it's actually functional because it tells you something happened that you need to correct and you need to do something to address it. Shame is very different. Shame tells you that you are something wrong. It tries to convince you that the person you are and the person you're trying to be is making everyone around you miserable. It whispers in your ear that if only you were better, everyone else would be better. Now, unlike guilt, there's no clear action item that makes shame stop because you can't pay restitution for existing. So here's the part that's hard to see. Shame will dress itself up like guilt. It shows up wearing guilt's clothes and it tells you that you owe someone something and that restitution is required, but you can't pay your way out of shame because you were never actually guilty in the first place. And I find this is often exactly what people are doing when they shame you. They're trying to get you to feel like you owe them something. So let's go back to that boundary you set. You walked away feeling like a terrible person for limiting someone so close to you. That voice in your head that says, who do you think you are to limit their access to speak into your life however they want? That's not your conscience, that's shame. You got to shut that down. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've truly injured someone, you need to own that part. You need to acknowledge it and build a bridge to restore trust. But if you're feeling like a bad person simply for protecting yourself, that's a different thing entirely. And that's what I call a pointless game of stop hitting yourself. So, where in your life have you been paying restitution for something that you're not actually guilty of? Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if this spoke to you, follow along with me. I'm doing 30 days of videos about mental health, faith, and overthinking that's keeping you stuck. I'd love to have you along on the journey.